attempting again the stream. We will see if I drop too many frames. Guess I should just stay on this screen for a minute. Testing. See how long it takes
I can
stream to
hear
catch up.
audio again. Everyone else in the Discord say hello at least.
Hello.
Perfect.
And
okay.
Hello.
is the screen the
We're
proper
set.
screen? I mean,
Yes, it's proper. It's not too
does it show
laggy.
me
Your
moving
sound is coming
Sarashi?
through.
Let me know when it shows me moving Sarashi.
It does. It does.
Okay, cool.
No, it's like almost in real. It's not too much like behind anymore either. So yeah,
Well,
it was a good call to end it and restart it.
agreed. Agreed and appreciated.
So
So,
go start posting.
It has been a while since we have done D&D. Since I have streamed at all, but also especially D&D. So a recap is in order, both for players and viewers. Just real quick before I do so, let me get a round roll call from everybody. I heard Dragon, I heard Sheeny, I hear Cadence. Can I get a hello from Saucy and Yoru Tenchi?
Hello.
I'd like that too much.
Heard that. Okay, cool. We're all here. We're all good. Yeah, to begin our recap, welcome to the world of Zelbath, plane inhabited by an apocalypse called the World Plague, which is kind of summarized version of a group of disasters constantly happening all over the plane, where magic has begun to fail in some places where maybe it shouldn't have, and small natural disasters have been occurring more often, but the most prevalent symptom is the uprising of monsters and evil forces throughout the plane. The adventurers that we have are a part of a coalition from another plane, which took in refugees from Zelbath a decade ago. This is the second crusade into Zelbath to learn more about and or stop the World Plague, most notably stop it from spreading to the world of Teldora. And we are one day into our fucking journey. And what has already happened is the adventurers met up with each other. Some of us were from the first group of the Second Crusade. Some of us are from the second group of the Second Crusade. These groups head out from Teldora 1 week apart from each other generally. So it's been about a week for Ahsoka here, who was a part of the first group. But in short, immediately we were attacked by zombies and corrupted creatures. In this case, it was rats that had been corrupted by the World Plague. Then the group decided to head towards the capital, at which point our fresh green D&D player here rolled her first D100.
Hi.
And
it's me.
And the most
Nat
interesting
1.
roll possible occurred.
Nat 1.
Nat 1 on a percentile dice, which caused them to meet an individual on the path towards the capital, and a whole hell of a lot of havoc, about 2 sessions worth of havoc happened. To summarize, a modified deck of many things was brought into play. This god deity creature, as it was revealed to be, kind of tricked them a little bit into playing with the deck of many things. But at any point they were allowed to leave. the main circumstance that kept them playing the game was Surashi, our Yonti. Is that what it was? Or what is your race again?
Naga?
Naga, that's
Naga?
right, Naga. Our Naga here was imprisoned in an extra-dimensional space, and they continued to pull cards in order to attempt to rectify that. And about 24 cards drawn later of a full 52 card deck of many things. Well, just a couple brief notes is that the party leveled up 3 times. They have permanent increases to Constitution and Speed and what else? Was it Strength? Anybody get Strength? I know one of you got Intelligence, I think, and then a negative to Wisdom or something.
I am maxed out on con.
Yes.
After
I did get a negative. I'm maxed out on con, but I have negative wisdom now.
If
Negative
you
wisdom.
would like, I have the full list of everything. Do you want me to just quickly go down the list?
Are you talking about the 14 that I sent?
Yeah.
That is not even the full list. We used 27 cards. I just didn't
Yes.
type out the rest.
You
Well,
want
then
to tell
never
them about
mind.
how bad the remaining cards were?
Yeah, we did look through the remaining cards that the players didn't draw. I named what they would have done.
Yeah, we did that off stream, right? Like
We
right
did do that
after.
off stream. Some of the things were all items on your person, all magical items specifically, are incinerated. And then there was another one that was all non-magical items are incinerated. There was lose a level. Trying to remember. A bunch of bad shit. But speaking of that, we also got 50,000 gold just randomly spawned in front of the party.
Rich people problems. How to carry gold.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Nightmare Not. I appreciate that. Say hi, Sheena.
Yo, what's up, homie? Hell yeah.
But yes, this god-being individual gave them a few bits and pieces of information. Among them was that the world plague is supposedly being caused by something that is awakening, that has long been sleeping, that is more powerful than at least that particular god. Could it be stopped? He said maybe, but he wasn't sure. And he also said that... I'm trying to think, what else did he say? I mean, I'm going to be honest, I didn't go back and watch the 9 hours of the last few sessions. Important information to go over. Well, last but not least, Surashi here, or sorry, not... Yeah, Surashi. Surashi was released from the extra-dimensional space because Titanite was... alignment shifted to, what, chaotic evil or lawful evil?
Chaos.
Chaotic evil from lawful good. Very, very interesting happenings here. But instead of using the card that was needed to be drawn, which is a reality warping ability that can be used once and once only, pocketed that and said, extra-dimensional space, you say? What happens if portable hole? And did the portable hole into extra-dimensional space thing, which caused Surashi to be stuck for relatively, to her, 7 weeks floating in the astral plane, unable to, and also not needing to sleep, eat, or drink, And the only
Perfect.
way that she survived was that she is an Echo Knight with the ability to swap places with her clone, as you might call it, shadow summon. And through 7 weeks of constantly shifting space between herself and her clone in the direction of the seemingly infinite distance away gate that opened, it took all of about 15 seconds to everyone else, but she finally made it through the gate. And at this point, the game was over. The oh, give me one moment, because I keep calling him a god, a deity, but he called himself a partition. The partition
Who
revealed,
we failed to kill, sadly.
yeah. He asked Sarashi if she would like the game to have been reversed, as was always an option for her, and she declined. So here we are, in the aftermath of some of the most chaotic D&D that I've played in a long time. I'll be honest, I, the DM, for a long time was unsure of how to approach continuing further. But I would like to see where things go, and I do feel like I'm pretty ready now. At least as ready as I'm going to be, you know? So getting back into it, I want to hear maybe some renewed goals and aspirations, or how your characters are feeling at this particular moment, and what you want to do in the immediate time.
Wait, should we go in a certain order?
Just whoever feels like going first. I mean, Dragon, you are speaking, so if you want to go first.
Sure. Maybe Barrett checks in on Snake Lady, because last we left off, she was not in too good shape. But, you know, future is, buy stuff. And also adventuring
Buy
stuff.
stuff with 50,000 gold.
Unknown adventuring stuff. But, you know, buy stuff. Be rich. Rich people problems and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all.
How about you, Sarashi? How is Snake Lady?
Oh, you know, we're doing. So essentially, because I remember at the end when the partition had pulled me aside, and I had asked about like the fate of like my family and stuff.
Yes, that is also something that was talked about. Go on.
So there's nothing back there for me right now, right? Like presumably everything and everyone that I've known is dead and destroyed.
The wording specifically was important. From what he said, they were most likely no longer your civilization and your family no longer withstood the world plague.
So
He was a little vague. He didn't say that your whole family was slaughtered, but he did say that they had succumbed to the world plague, your entire kingdom. And everyone that... He said that it's possible that somebody made it out, but to his immediate knowledge, that civilization, that settlement is completely undertaken.
Beautiful. Well, I think right now...
The character should be a little excited, you know? This, in a way, makes it that your family being dead isn't the worst possible option.
God damn it. I think right now she's just kind of consoling with, I've named her Natiri, who is my echo twin, who, as far as Sarashi is concerned, her fucking psyche, like, she's fucking half of a person mentally right now. So she truly believes her Echo to be, like, her twin sister. That's how she coped for those 7 fucking weeks. Is she went a little cray cray. It's like Wilson from the fucking Island movie. When I notice Barrett coming up, I think she just kind of
Thank you, Night
slowly
Night.
turns and goes, hey there, Sugar. How you doing? How'd everything go?
Well, I mean, it certainly went. Good things happened, and clearly one horrible thing happened.
There were a
I mean,
couple
we're
of
rich now.
Wait, we're what?
But I think 50k gold is quite a bit.
Oh, fuck.
How much did we get? 50?
50,000, yeah.
Yeah. Because the cow has half of it, I think.
Because as far as
Cow has
Sarashi-
half of it.
Sarashi doesn't know anything that happened from the point of her being in the card to coming out, correct? As far as in character.
That is correct. Yes, you were unable to observe the immediate circumstances surrounding the card. As far as you know, you drew some cards, you saw some flashy things happen for a moment, and then you were in the astral plane.
Oh, we also have a pet cow now.
Aw, that is...
The partition did leave behind his cow, which Titanite made sure to mention last time, and I was like, yeah, I guess in canon he probably just rushed out of there and realizes a little bit later, God damn it, my cow.
Cow.
Cows.
Damn.
The cow can change colors too.
Well,
Yeah,
at least...
I'll say that's canonical. Why not?
I was gonna say, so it's got a name tag with the underscore notch thing or whatever. It's just changing colors constantly.
Oh, is that something that would happen in Minecraft?
Yeah, in Minecraft, you put a name tag on a sheep with the name notch and underscore, it'll just constantly cycle through rainbow colors.
Does that allow you to shear the wool at different colors?
I don't know. I think it just comes out white when you shear them.
Okay.
Oh man, you
Interesting.
worked up with a little bit of swagger.
But yeah, that's a thing. That's always been a thing.
That's pretty cool. The more you know.
Vanilla Minecraft stuff. Sorry, I thought people knew that here. So I've been playing Minecraft forever, though. Anyway,
Ahsoka,
You want to maybe name the cow? Oh, sorry.
how is are you feeling after everything that you've witnessed? You didn't seem to be too directly affected by much. However, you did lose consciousness after being almost killed by a dragon.
you said Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka.
You said my character's name very strangely a second ago. I was like, huh? What did this mean? I mean, as far as I know, we're back to full health, correct? Like, I have that right on my.
Yeah, you're all
sheet.
full health now.
Yeah, we're all full health and stuff. So I mean, I'm just kind of ready for the next thing to fight. How are you moving it? That's so cool.
They have trigger effects.
Yeah.
What?
I just found those because I saw them.
I didn't
do
know
it.
that. That's so neat. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted.
May I open it for you?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Wow.
That
Wait,
one
do I have
that
to-
one
good
sounds
lie.
like it
No, I
has
don't.
That was the strangest
voice
book I've
lines.
ever read.
where's
They're
the
fitting
creeper
fitting
chest?
to Ahsoka so far. But yeah, no, Ahsoka's just kind of ready for the next fight to happen. Just getting drunk, hammered right now, just silently.
Tepig, you are now a fluorescent blonde satyr with slightly
Holy
long
shit,
hair.
What happened to him? That was
I played a
angry.
card and apparently I grew blonde.
Huh.
I'm now blonde and very furry.
I'm sorry for
Eh,
your
Not
blondness.
very stealthy.
Yeah, less stealthy now because I'm a beacon.
Oh, woe is you.
Yeah.
That might
It's
come
hard
into
out here
play,
being
but
a
I doubt
satyr.
I'm gonna legitimately nerf your character over it. Maybe if it's broad daylight and it's a bad roll, this will be the deciding factor between you making it normally or at disadvantage, but
give myself a haircut with my daggers.
That
I'm gonna
sounds
say it will
painful
take a long
and
rest
painful.
to be able to do that. Like you can do it during your
Yeah.
next long rest.
You roll a nat
Yeah.
1 during cutting your hair and just ouch.
Nick your balls.
Oh,
Happens, man. It happens.
I don't like
No.
thinking about that one.
Perhaps it's possible that you could be stealthy in a field of wheat.
You know, he's got a very
Where's
good
the
point.
nearest field of wheat?
I look around to like everything corrupted
Set
and
up
fucked
camp.
up.
Hmm.
Don't find that there though.
You know, I guess I could hire someone to make a field of wheat. So maybe in a year or two?
I'm gonna be
know.
honest, a peasant's year's wage is probably like not even 1,000th of the gold that you have. You could probably hire one peasant for like 50 fields to be planted for a year.
Just have to cover yourself
yes.
half in wheat for them.
Rich people problems.
Anywho, Tight Knight, how are you feeling?
Oh blimey, I'm feeling alright. He kind of has like a little bit of a tick to him, you know, like his eyebrows twitching, eyes twitching a little bit.
Obviously, there was a lot less patience with Archimedes, seeing as Archimedes is now a, floating scrap in the void of the astral plane. Which, on the one hand, good move. At least you didn't just extra dimensional space right here. But on the other hand, has your viewpoint changed on your other construct or anything like that that's noticeable?
I think they're going to notice that he doesn't talk to Tight Knight anymore.
Ooh.
To Hyperius anymore.
Okay.
That would be the only noticeable thing. He used to like literally talk to Hyperius like they were a person.
And then the only other player character is Randy, who unfortunately did not make it.
Did not survive the explosion of the interdimensional hole.
Yeah, we might just have to say that. We will say that Randy at this point, Corin Underbow, your Dragonborn Paladin, is MIA. They were there when the cards were being drawn. You clearly saw them, but now you're not sure where they are. You swore they were here a second ago. And that can be in canon. Nobody noticed them leave. Who is fingering me over here?
Just in canon, he's just not really been around much. He's just off doing his own thing.
I'm saying, it doesn't even seem that odd to you guys because the first thing he did was fuck off. So, we got a little circle going on over here.
As far as Sarashi too, her alignment before was just kind of neutral, true neutral. It is now chaotic love.
Wait,
it's fine.
Hold on.
We were just fingering. I mean,
hold on. I need you to repeat that. What?
I was previously kind of like neutral alignment. She is now chaotic lawful because she is going to do anything in her power to find out what really happened to her family, and if she can bring them back, and nothing is going to stop her at this point.
I want to say that's a lawful neutral.
Okay.
Chaotic lawful is impossible because that would be like saying I am both up down.
I mean, maybe you are.
No, that's not how it works. It's a compass. You can't.
Okay. Point being, whatever the fuck is gonna happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Chaotic good. I think that's what I'm going for.
Okay, that's fine. That's a little bit unhinged, but still, like, you got the spirit of it, but in an unhinged way.
nothing's gonna stop me from getting to my goals now. Like, I had compassion before, it's all fucking gone. That was 6 weeks ago.
I will say that you can be chaotic good at this moment, and if something happens in the future where you lean into being unhinged a little more, I mean, it would be entirely up to you and how you roleplay the character. But it can change over time again. Like if you want to take a powder to jinx type situation. But anyways, I digress. What are each of you thinking for the immediate moment? Because you were on your way to the capital, and then something totally significant for my life check happened. Are we still proceeding to the capital? He did warn you away from the capital. He did say that. He said, I can't stop you, but if you want to remain out of harm's way, I would avoid the capital.
Are there any other settlements close by? Don't we have a map? Without going through the whole rigmarole of pulling up the map, like, is there somewhere close by, or do we have to actually look at the map and decide?
You were given a rudimentary map. One moment.
Boy, would I
my game is loading. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just increase the size of this object. How was I do that again? There we go. Ah, yes, thank you. Actually, show the old map too, because this is a map in actuality, and this is the map that you were given from the scouts.
So the scouts is the only one that
Once you're done with that, can you make it small and return it?
Yeah, here, hold on.
Okay. So, like, our characters are only aware of the map that the scouts gave us?
Thank you.
Yes, your characters are only aware of the map that the scouts gave you.
Well, would my character still abide by the scout map, since I spent most of the time in the Naga Kingdom?
If they were to show you this map, they would be able to tell, or you would probably be able to guesstimate that this is your civilization, given that it is where you came from, and that you passed through desert, and maybe you passed by some water on your way.
But I would not have any knowledge of anything outside of...
If you recall, you were a very, very sheltered princess, battle princess, whatever you want to call it, and you weren't really let to go travel, at your young age.
So even, like, history check and all that?
You know what? Your nobility for your area, give me an intelligence check.
Just a straight intelligence check?
Yep. Score is... Sometimes the dice just agree with the story, huh?
Apparently.
So, yes, you will not have any further knowledge, but you will be able to tell them, yeah, that one down there looks like it was my city, which we now know is asunder to the world plague, apparently. I don't know if you want to be able to say that out loud, or if you want to roleplay that moment, or what, but that is what you get.
No, yeah, I'm having a whole, like, crisis right now, but as far as my character is aware of, it's all fucking decimated. Her home is gone, she knows nothing. She cries a little bit.
I think it's still taking her some time to process, because nobody has explicitly told her, like, yeah, it's only been, like, 15 minutes since you were sucked into the card.
Yeah, she was, like, I don't know if I played it off, like, super well, but she was being kind of flippant about, like, all the other stuff, like, oh, you guys got money? Oh, you turned blonde? Oh no. Like,
I feel like there's a lot of cues physically that, like, for example, Tepig is blonde and has shaggy hair, and, didn't somebody get taller? Did somebody get taller?
I mean, I guess it looks like a lot of time has passed, because stuff has changed a lot, but, just hasn't.
Yeah, some things will look like time has passed a lot. For example, the Tepic situation. But other things will be like, you were just here. For example, the meat on the fire that
Still
you
there.
had in your possession, but it is the same meat and it's not rotting, it's still cooking. You smell it, it smells fresh. As a matter of fact, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Who, me?
Yeah, just want to see.
Let's...
Or would it be a perception check? I don't know. Just roll something.
Okay, that is the third 5 in a row.
Roll something else. Let's just see if this dice is capable of rolling anything else.
Ha.
That was almost very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just... I want you to pick it up.
It was almost... I just picked it up.
I was going to say, hit R. Don't actually throw it. I mean, unless you want to. Fine.
Okay, you know what? There you go. There you go. That 20, bitch.
I'm going to say based upon... Alright. Your whole vibe is like, wow, a lot of things happened in the time that I was gone, and it's fucked up that I was gone for 7 weeks, but you notice immediately, and you don't even have to say anything to anybody else about this, that meat that is cooking is the last thing that you ate 7 weeks ago, and it's exactly the last thing. Still fresh, and I don't know if it fucks you up a little bit, because that is the last thing you had to eat, and if that's an emotionally jarring experience, or if you are starving for some reason, because to your relative position in time, you went through 7 weeks without eating. I don't know.
Let's see.
I'll leave that up to you.
Okay, it is even. She looks at that, and I don't even know if she has anything in her stomach. But whatever's in there, she just empties it all out.
So she vomits?
She vomits at the sight of it.
Alright, fun little character quirk. Maybe the smell of cooked pork is not fun for you emotionally anymore.
Okay,
who knows?
so the
Maybe
rats
you're
are
a
eating
vegetarian
that, but,
snake.
Barrett's, getting away from that. Rats
rats
eating
eat
puke.
it up.
Barrett stepping away, like, ew.
Don't worry, we'll clean that up.
Finally, some good fucking food.
So, again, the group needs to come to a consensus about capital or go where. Where on map looks good. This is the map you have from the scouts.
And you can say we can kind of guesstimate that where's my little right about there.
I will say, Titanite, you understand that this map is a bit rudimentary, and most of what you actually know is about the capital and your the shared kingdom of the dwarves and the gnomes in the Crystal Mountains. But you would be able to tell slightly more than just this.
All right. I guess for him, he's just trying to figure out, are we still going to the capital? Because if we're going to the capital, I would assume he's confident that he'd be able to find his way, even given how kind of shite the map is.
Confident in he's able to find his way, or like confident that like even with all the bad shit, he's ready to take it on.
The first one.
The first one, heard that. Tinian, you never answered my question. Where roundabouts like here on the map?
No. You are actually specifically between this little city here and the capital.
Okay.
Because that city isn't a city, it's just the portal. It's just the lab where Titanite actually worked. So
we have not traveled far.
No, you have not. And it is still about like 1 to 2 p.m. on the day that you arrived.
Jesus Christ.
I
What's
have
this
caused
little...
the chaos.
You know,
What's
Kate,
that?
if you think about it, you experienced this in real time with your character.
Yeah, I was
About 7
literally saying
weeks.
that the other day. It's been
Yeah.
about 7 weeks since we played, so you really can just take in the fact that you were in a void for this long.
I'm saying. What's this group of houses over here?
You know that the scouts said that it was an active settlement that had people who were uncorrupted by the world plague there. But that was, about 4 to 6 months ago. At one point, Titanite, you would be able to know this, that was a settlement that had resources brought into the capital. But it was a relatively small settlement. It was basically a town.
Into or from the capital?
Both. Probably mostly to the capital. But what I will say is that Titanite, you would know that this is one of those towns that's mostly just there because it's in between two places. It's not really like a place all on its own. You know what I mean?
Now,
Yeah, like Christmas.
like
Exactly,
Christmas.
like Bithlo.
Of course, like player characters, like meta, like I'm all for like going wherever. If we go the route of going like to that settlement, I want to say like fucking Sarashi just starts turning and walking that way by herself. If that's the route that we go, because she is on a stone cold mission now.
Do we know anything about these other two places?
They are very far away.
Roll me history check, Titanite. It's your good stat, so at least there's that.
I like how my die has become the de facto
3.
die.
Rip.
It ain't it, Chief.
Honestly, that's pretty good narrative for the dice, honestly. What is your modifier?
8. That's a total of 11.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I will give you a little bit of something. You know that this area over here, at one point before you... Like, I want to say, if I recall, your character was educated for being, lower class citizen of the gnomish people. And that earned you, like, opportunities and I guess this world's equivalent of a scholarship to go off and become an arcanotechnician, researcher, etc. But that was all relatively recent. That in the last decade before the world plague, that you did all that. So you were relatively young. What you will know about this is that there is an elvish settlement in that direction. But you won't be able to confirm anything that the scouts discovered about it because it sounds like the world plague, in the time that the world plague has come, something has happened over here to make it different than it once was, because you don't remember anything about a foggy forest of mystery and illusions, and there's a lot of talk about not necessarily evil, but just trickery going on in the forest. But at one point it was sorry, did I say elvish? It wouldn't have been elvish because there's no elves on Zelbath. What kingdom was it? It was
The Fairy Kingdom?
I know it held a lot of satyrs and dryads. Give me one moment. Let me pull up the race list.
Sylvan? Or is that just the language?
Sylvan is the language, but it would have been the official language of that settlement.
Forest Fae?
Honestly, that's kind of a general statement. There's a lot of different types. I am almost to the races here, and here we are. The races. So mainly what would have lived there was the Centaur, Changelings, Hexbloods, and Leonin. So it was a kingdom mostly inhabited by Centaur, Aven, Leonin, Changelings, and Hexbloods. But the Changelings and Hexbloods would have been basically mythological to you and the people of the capital.
Right.
So that's what you know about that. But the scouts did make sure to let you guys know that they don't have a whole lot of information, and the area doesn't seem explicitly dangerous, but it does seem like it's easy to get lost, and maybe that in itself is dangerous. But they didn't necessarily run into like a whole shitload of evil monsters or anything.
All right. I suppose the other possibility is instead of going directly to the capital, which we were warned against, we could check some of these towns down here that have been used as trading hubs. Perhaps they still have some of the things we might need in its marketplace.
Did we discuss this one that's between that one and Sarashi's? Or do we know nothing of it?
The scouts said that there was a small village out in that direction that they didn't associate with too much, but it may or may not have been an encampment of Minotaur and Centaurs, and those typically are roving, but they seem to camp there seasonally. So it's a stomping grounds that seasonally will have a caravan there.
Would we know if it's the season where they would be there or not?
The scouts weren't able to tell you when,
Right.
they would be there or not.
So are we gonna discuss what we're gonna do, or?
I mean, that's up to you guys.
No. I mean,
No.
no. Ahsoka just wants to go wherever the best, like the most formidable enemies would be at.
I will say,
Probably the
speaking
capital.
metally, we do have a touch of fucking shit ton of gold to spend, and
We don't know if there's stuff
the
to spend
capital
it
is
on in the
bad.
capital.
Well, the capital is bad from what we insinuated. I think we will have a similar time with the deck of many things if we go to the capital straight away. But I mean, I support any chaotic decisions, both in meta and in game. But to whichever one we as players decide, Sarashi's already on her way.
The closest settlement is the one to the north there.
I guess let's just go to the closest area then, just out of convenience. Ahsoka's ultimately going to go where the group decides to go because that is the mission that they were put on.
Sounds litty. Titanite, what does your character think?
I already did a little bit of in-character dialogue for it, but it's that
Oh yeah, you did. That's right. that the trading areas would be potentially a
Just
good
any
place
of
to
the
go.
surrounding towns, yeah.
Tepig, what do you think? Flossie?
I put the options as I see them in the chat. I included in the first one since this is the closest area to that area.
Okay, I'm gonna go on ahead and say we are leaning towards the closest area, I think is what Dragon called it.
Yeah, the closest area. It does sound good. Like, even, like, spending at least some of the money wise. Definitely not all of it. You could probably buy the entire town with all of it.
Go ahead and give me, well, who wants to make the percentile roll?
Me! Ah!
As much as I love Dragons Chaotic, I mean,
Chaos. You don't
I,
want my
I'm
chaotic
technically
energy in
leading
it.
the pack, so I don't know if I should be the one that does that, but
Okay,
Dragon, roll the percentage before we can stop you.
Ah! Take
well.
that,
Oh
Thrashi.
goodness.
Oh god, it's a 1. Wait, actually that's better than a 0.
Is it a 1?
God damn it.
Okay, well, might as well roll the other one.
Is it the D20?
No, the other one is
No.
another D10. Hold on, my shit is going haywire. What did you say?
She has not rolled anything else.
Oh, is Dragon dying?
Oh
Oh no, Dragon died.
Oh
Alright,
no!
looks like
She said
Kay's
her
rolling
internet
it.
was doing okay.
Kenyon, where's that little dice roller thing? Or the little pad thing?
The thing that makes the dice coded to...
No, I thought there was one to just roll dice. Oh well.
Oh, there is. I mean, I can pull it out if you want.
I am already. Okay, so that one is a 50.
It's a 50.
53.
Heard that. 53. Okay.
53.
Everyone roll me perception checks.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, well. Okay, well. There it is.
Looks like I rolled a nat 20, huh?
Oh, god damn it, Kenyon.
You kidding?
Well, don't roll your dice into a box.
Okay, well, don't tell me how to play your game.
You said it was perception?
Yes.
An 11.
12.
Heard that. And these are modifiers, please?
11.
Yeah,
Minus
still
1.
12. Still 12.
I thought perception
minus
was
5.
wisdom
Oh,
based.
damn.
Aren't you a monk?
Yeah, and I mean, that count if it's not bubbled in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
then
bubble
2.
only adds your proficiency modifier.
Ah, I see. I forgot. Sorry. It's been a while since we played D&D.
This is true. You have a very good point.
It's 14 then. Didn't change that
Hey.
much, but
I think I'm back. Hi.
welcome back. Yay,
What
Dragon is
happened?
back.
Is the 15 with your negative wisdom still a 15?
We just rolled for perception.
It is a 13.
Understood.
I just rolled a 53, Dragon.
On perception? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
it's a 0.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been a 10. But this is why we don't
Too
let
bad.
Dragon no, I'm just kidding. Dragon, will you roll me a perception check?
So it's the D20. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. That is a 12 plus the perception modifier, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Where is this? Perception?
You have...
19.
Oh, damn.
Tepik, have you rolled yours yet? Saucy? Saucy hasn't
Give him a
moved in a
second.
little bit.
He said he was in a work call, but he was still here.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, I will take the liberty of just rolling for him since he's
Yeah.
dead. Well, would you look at that? I'm gonna. Okay.
Ignore that.
Oh, whoops. I forgot that mine did that. Alright, well, that's fine. Dragon and Saucy, Tepig, and Barrett, you...
Hi.
Let me set the stage first. You are all traveling through the field into a wooded area. You reach the edge of the woods, and slowly this grassland field becomes just very slightly more and more wooded. It's not very, very thick to the point of, there being no paths between, but at about the point where you no longer see field in the horizon behind you and only see a covering of trees, you no longer just see trees, you now see only forest, if that makes sense. That is about the point that Barrett, your
I'm
rats...
a deft explorer, if that helps flavor-wise.
Yes. You begin to look around after hearing a twig snap, and your rats begin to, squeak as if they assured you that they heard something as well. And Tepik also hears this and gives you a knowing look. You hear this snap off in the trees, somewhere to the eastern path of where you are headed. Which I want to say that while there is no exact path at the moment, you're pretty sure that you are going to soon encounter what was an old trading path along the river. Everybody else doesn't necessarily raise an eyebrow at the twig snap. Maybe it just blends into the woodsy sounds of the evening.
Very nice, very nice.
Is there any way I can just quietly signal that something's up, or is that impossible? Do I have to, just speak it out loud?
Make me a performance check.
Yeet.
It could also be sleight of hand, whichever you prefer. Alright, I'm gonna say...
3 plus which one? Performance? Where is that? Hold on. That's bad. Slave hand is a 6, so I can have a 9 max.
Damn. I'm going to say that you guys clearly see that Barrett is trying to relay some sort of information to you, but there's no way that you're going to be able to discern what it is.
Water.
They'll at least say something might be happening.
Water.
Something.
Now,
Water.
where is the rest of our party in correlation to each other? Is Barrett kind of towards the front, towards the back? Because I know I'm leading.
Alanerated connection, thank you for the water hydrate redeem. Rest assured, I am a VTuber, but I am taking care of it. Thank you. As for the party, you are all
leading a bit.
You are all roughly, 5 and 10 feet apart, scattered. You're not in a straight line or anything, abnormal like that. Like if you're walking in the woods on a trail with your friends and you go off trail in the woods, how do you picture you walking together? It's a little sporadic, but you're within eye shot and earshot of each other,
Ahsoka's probably always kind of in the back of the group either way.
Yeah, I think just flavor-wise at this point, Sarashi's not paying attention to the party pretty much whatsoever right now.
She could care less that we're behind her, pretty much.
Exactly. Like, whether or
I
not
think
you
that's how, like,
follow
Cade
her,
wanted to
she's
make
still gonna
clear.
go.
Can I tell if they understand this, or am I just...
You can tell that they're not getting it. Yeah, that's for sure. You'd have to be a little more obvious if you were to say, want to relay information about any mysterious noises you heard.
Okay, so, fuck it. I'll just say it, because no one understood. Even if it's an ambush and they hear me talking about, I'll just tell them, hey, twig snap. Potential
call me-
danger. I called you a twig.
Twig snap. You what?
Yeah, we're still trucking ahead.
How long has passed
I mean-
since our... Is this literally picking up from where we were?
Yeah, this is picking up from where you were. You have been walking for, maybe... roll me a d4 for hours. Let's see. I can do it.
Also, hi Tara, how are you doing?
Hello, Tara. You've been walking for 2 hours, and you have reached the forest about 15 minutes ago.
Okay.
Slithering.
Yes,
Traveling.
traveling. Keep in mind, your cow is gonna typically would have a harsh time. However, I'm gonna say due to the deft exploration feature of your ranger, I'm not gonna slow you guys down.
So it's basically I just go ahead and find the best route for Cal.
It's just to be assumed that you do. I mean, you're a ranger. You know how to lead an animal through the woods. It's not a specifically dense path, so.
Yeah, I kind of heard the way he said that too, Tara, and I also kind of thought he said, Tara, all right, well, you just walked for 2 hours.
Yeah, you've been walking for 2 hours in your sleep.
In our sleep? What are we doing? Sleepwalking?
No, not you, my chatter. I'm gonna give Saucy a ready coin.
Yeah, sounds good. Let me check my Discord again too.
Oh, also, are we in the proper background? Yes, we are. Okay, good.
Grass. And a rock. No, wait, that's not a rock, that's a tree.
Yes.
My
Grass.
perception check of 1. That's a rock.
That's a rock.
That's a
I
rock.
got a rock.
I got a
It's a
rock.
bit of
Imagine.
petrified wood.
Rocks. Okay, well, I guess we keep
You
trudging along.
take that. Reading check of 1.
Okay. Anywho.
Well, my Hyperion has a passive perception of 16.
Okay, I mean, Hyperion would also have heard the snap of the twig then. 15 meets the DC I was going for. But
So
yes.
I guess, what direction did it come from?
It came from the off to the right of your path. I'll say that you guys are roughly, here. It came from over here.
Can I
Roll
just
an
say Barrett
investigate
is
roll?
officially on edge?
Yeah, if you'd like to roll investigate, go ahead. Officially on edge. Got it.
Officially.
It's going to be 13 investigate.
13 investigate. Understood.
Are we all investigating or just them?
But it could give me advantage.
I would like you to...
Oh, should I roll too?
Make me a dexterity saving throw, or just roll a dex check for me. Titanite, specifically.
It's not good.
It's not good. Hurry. As you go off to investigate, you're pretty sure you're getting closer to something as you see amongst the treetops a little more rustling, and that seems to be where the direction of some sounds that you've picked up on are coming from. Thank you for the raid token. I appreciate it.
Yo, what's up, Token? How was Overwatch? Hopefully kicked ass as Moira as always. I'll do the shout out. Continue.
As you are investigating, a whizzing sound flies by the treetops above you, and you see something very large, like the wingspan size of a pterodactyl. Well, no, maybe that's too big. An albatross. That's a rather large bird. Something that size seems to fly by into the air, and it knocks into a tree, and the tree branches fall upon you. You take
2070.
8 damage as a rather large branch falls down, but you do see this flying object. It's going too fast for you to really pick up on what it is. It seems to circle back around to where it came from, the direction it came from.
Am I pinned?
No, I'm going to say that with the branches falling on you, they weren't like too large to shrug off, but it was big enough to maybe knock you prone in that moment. You're not pinned though.
Alright, I guess I will send a message out and be like, I think I found it.
I didn't even see you write you back to Sauce. I'll message him on Snap, see if he responds to that.
How far away was he from the rest of the party when that happened?
I want to say about 30 feet out, he discovered what he thought to be something about 45 feet away.
So the thing is 75 feet away from the rest of the party?
Yes. And at least 15 to 20 feet in the air, in the treetops.
This is more of a personal goal for myself to decide how I want to... Oof. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm just... Yeah, keep trudging along.
Okay, understood. So Sarashi is not engaging this, and this is after Titanite sent out a message?
She... So how did he send the message? Does he do telepathic messaging things?
That is what the message spell is.
I feel like she would like glance at it for like half a second and then kind of just have like that little mini battle with herself, like when I rolled it, but then continues to turn and go.
Okay.
So like she's aware it's happening. She's attuned to it. She's just choosing to go forward.
So is it flying amongst the trees or is it above the trees?
It seems to be amongst rather than above.
Would I
I'll
be
give
at
you that much.
disadvantage if I tried to shoot it now?
You haven't exactly pinpointed where it is yet. I would say if you were to shoot, it would be... Shit, I should really know how half cover is done in D&D. Is it just disadvantage, Ira, or is it like percentile based, like in 3.5?
It's disadvantage.
Yeah, you would have disadvantage, I guess. Because you're more or less firing blindly into the trees.
See. Then
Oh, interesting. This thing also does that. I was wondering.
I have close quarter shooter. Your ranged attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover against targets within 30 feet of you.
You would not be within 30 feet.
Then I move within 30 feet as my action.
What is your character's speed? Keeping
30.
in mind the permanent buff that you've been given.
35.
Heard that. So, I will say it will take a double move to get directly underneath where this thing is, that you're pretty sure.
Well, I don't need to get directly underneath of it, just within range, right?
Well, it's 15, we'll say a solid 15 feet in the air, and also 75 feet away on the ground. So,
I
it
just
would
have to
require a
sprint
double
over
move.
there.
Yeah,
Then I sprint over there.
sounds good. With that, give me another perception check.
Where is dice? Here is you. Yeet. So that is 7 plus the perception.
Well, you had
11.
good perception. 11, okay. What I will say is that you can be pretty sure that you are standing underneath the tree that this thing is in. However, you are not able to make out what it is. You know that there's something shifting in the treetop, but you can't see it.
Has it attacked us yet?
It is seemingly only attacked once.
Did it do it on purpose? I guess is the question.
You're unable to tell. Ahsoka, did you want to do any particular action?
Is this where everyone is placed at currently, or are we placing everyone kind of?
We're kind of theater of the mind at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, right, he's over here.
I know that kind of defeats the point of this, but it's not like an encounter that I set up yet. I will script things out in a minute whenever it makes sense to.
But what is it we're taking action towards? I'm sorry, I was doing several moderator things.
Some
also
kind
trying to
of
get Saucy's
flying
attention.
creature thing. As big
Some
as
flying creature
something.
thing.
I
Okay.
don't even know what it's as big as. Just some
He's
weird word.
alive! Alright, Saucy's back.
I had to take that.
No, it's okay.
No, it makes sense.
I let him know. But it's funny, do you see the message that Omen left in front of your desk? There. You like scribbled it in marker. You back?
There you go.
I guess I don't really have any actions particularly I want to take. How does one attack on accident? Oh yeah. I want to kind of scout it out more. I don't know what's is there anything
Also,
else
no, I
around
don't have
us?
any wisdom markups, so.
Oh no, it's fine. Anyways, we did that anyway, so it worked out. You and Dragon were the only ones to hear some dick snapping, you said, correct? Omen?
You said what?
That was the wisdom check or perception check I was asking Saucy about because I messaged him about it. I was like, "Oh, we're rolling for you." But him and Tepik and Barrett were the only ones to hear a stick snapping in the forest or something.
Yeah, I'll give you another one now that you're here, if you want to take a turn for it.
Oh, so I'm already rolled. We don't have to re-roll, but I can re-roll.
It's a separate perception check because the first one was to hear the initial snap, but now we're all searching actively for this thing.
Okay. So you just need to roll a 20?
Yes. $19.
And he
All right.
says perception, right? So +2.
Yes. You see in this tree that everybody is gathering around, at the very top, there is a humanoid individual who seems to be holding a very large object. You're not able to make out exactly what they're wearing in terms of armor, but you do see a fluttering piece of fabric in the wind against their back on the treetop. You lock eyes with the individual. They're kind of noticing that you finally noticed them. And they say, "All right, well, I guess the jig's up then. I've been made. How are we going to do this then? I saw you speaking with the partition in the field. State your business in this forest."
Man, I'm trying to think of how my character would play that.
Now that he's speaking, obviously anybody's welcome to respond, but you were the initial one to catch him. Or, fully acknowledge exactly their presence.
Well, as soon as I saw them, I would most likely tug on either Baird or Ahsoka's arms, whoever was closer, and point them out. And then be like, "Do you see that? Who is that?"
You're all, kind of staring down the tree. I will say that you're just the first one to notice them.
Yes.
It might take them just another second to notice them, but once you have seen and acknowledged where they are, they're all going to be able to see the person.
Okay.
Look through my card. Oh, what's happening? Fighting with me. I don't think I have all my spells here. That's so weird. Because it's saying it load image failed support. I'm like, I don't know. Did everything load in?
It's interesting.
Strange. Some of them are ones I've put here before. Let me... Objects, let me... Oh, sorry, not meaning to touch that. Trying to hit my
Is this your
objects bar.
sorcerer? Is this your sorcerer spells separated from your other spells, or?
Maybe? I don't think so. I think someone put that on there on my desk recently. Objects. Can I not click on the
sorcerer
objects?
thing is just for you to pull out your monk
Oh, I
spells.
can't see my objects right now. That's why, I guess, or
it's because
whatever.
it didn't promote any of us.
Oh, okay. Here, hold on.
I have them all.
I do a
I
trust.
swear.
Okay, everyone's promoted.
Hey. I may be hung. I'm not.
Water.
Yeah.
Hey.
Water.
That's 13.
Water. Water.
I'm gonna check through those, I guess.
All right, time to grab that glass of water.
Go for it.
Water, 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 water.
No, wait. We know what the thing is now?
It is a humanoid.
I know it's a humanoid figure, and I guess I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can get a better look at it with, but...
How do I put this back in this?
It also is holding very large objects that we know nothing about. Oh, something flutters at its back. That's what it was. Not wings.
Oh,
my goodness.
nah, that won't work.
No, I don't. Oh my goodness.
Now, as you are walking back to your computer, Kenyon, would I be able, from where I am at, to do an insight check to see the vibes of this guy, or am I too far from the group at this point? Like a vibe check, yeah, so that I can kind of see where, like, if he has any hostility, or if he's just kind of, like, giving it a gander.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like that's something that you should ask him directly before you have to roll insight. Dialogue is a thing.
Yeah, but I can't just.
He said like one
body
thing. I mean,
like, not his body language or anything. I can't read.
roll me
How do I
insight
put
then.
these,
We'll see.
How do I put these back in the deck?
Also,
these
thank you,
cards out
Pickle.
back.
I have received my water and I am chugging it now.
That is a 12.
With a 12, you notice that their presence is rather imposing as they look down upon you from the tree, wielding something very large in their hands. However, they have taken the time to stop and not continue to attack.
Can I just say Barrett holds crossbow menacingly, but does not shoot yet.
If they don't look like they pose a threat, I'm continuing on.
With an insight check of 12, I guess I'll... It seems as though they were maybe tailing your group. And then attempted to make a distraction to get away from you. But now that they're caught, are kind of facing you head on.
Yeah, we're gonna let the rest of the group deal with that.
Okay, Sarashi splits the party. Got it.
Sarashi is semi.
Goodbye, Snake Lady.
I just kind of fly in my hands. Ugh. I wouldn't say she's still like 40 feet away from the group, so like she's still able to keep there.
Well, who of you lot are going to answer my question? What is your business in this forest?
We were sent here. He just kind of starts off vaguely.
And exactly who the fuck sent you here?
Well, people who want us to figure out what's going wrong with the world, I guess. He just says the world instead of his own world, because, you know, he's not sure how much information he should give this person. It's not a lie, it's just, you know,
Are you claiming
right
that
now.
you're from another surviving civilization?
Well, we're certainly surviving.
And what was it you were discussing with the partition in the field by the capital?
Well, we were playing a weird card game, if you would believe it, because he appeared out of nowhere, and, well, I suppose it's a bit of a long story. Dot.
He squints his eyes and sits on the trunk of the tree, still holding whatever it is that he's wielding. He's kind of got it half behind the tree, so as not to reveal what he's packing. But
can I sneakily attempt to cast a spell?
I will have you roll. There's some kind of roll to make for not using somatic or verbal components. Is it just a concentration check, or? I'll say roll with your spellcasting ability, I guess.
It just imposes a save.
Okay, are you trying to just do that before he reacts, or do it without him noticing?
I guess before he can react.
Okay.
Casting grease on the tree branches he's standing on.
Okay. And that imposes a save on him?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty firm in his footing there. It seems as though that he is mostly holding his body weight with his arm rather than standing on his actual legs at this point, so as to steady himself completely.
What is he? Human, elf, bird?
He's remained hooded, but from what you can see, his teeth and skin reveal that he's humanoid, but doesn't seem to look exactly human.
Very vague.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why don't you come on down?
Well, whatever that is, happened. Can we tell it happened? After the fact?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that grease is a spell that's not exactly super stealthy.
Right, well whatever that is happened. He kinda just side-eyes Titanite like, what?
I was just trying to get him down.
He says,
From that distance to kill him.
I like my, position from up here a little bit better than I'd like it down there. Now,
Question, can I send some rats up to get near to him?
Sure. I'll allow
Now
that,
it's not
I
like
guess.
too close, but like not, just near, closer.
He might notice them if
That's
you
fine.
take
So
that
long as he
action.
doesn't hurt them, he's tolerable.
I'm going to say that your rats can scurry off and get behind the tree, and he won't notice them until they're at least a bit closer. He says to you, I gotta say, I don't like anybody coming into this forest after directly having a conversation with one of the partitions. And
Oh, trust me, I tried to kill him. Didn't quite work out.
Mostly, I have to say, it's not every day that I'm tasked to go and observe people who Adelaide had a vision about.
I'm sorry, who?
That's a good point. I'm name dropping over someone you would have no idea about. Tell me more about this civilization that you come from that's so-called, that supposedly is untouched by the plague.
Well, I didn't say it was untouched, now did I?
Damn.
Just about the only civilization that survives the plague is untouched by it.
Hey, fuck you.
You talking to a dog?
I am.
Okay.
What'd she do?
I went to go pet her because she was being cute, and she did me a snarl.
Yeah.
So I did a
do
flip.
that.
I'll tell you what. You clearly already know where you're going, at least in the direction of which you are going. And I don't absolutely trust your intentions yet. I just need to know what it is you plan on doing when you arrive.
I suppose gather information, buy supplies, that sort of thing.
Do you have any idea what waits for you where you go?
Only a vague idea.
All right.
Banana. That was in character. I'm kidding.
You said banana?
Banana.
Yeah, banana.
Banner. You just think of food off over there.
Definitely not any pork.
Yep. Pork. Well, it's a good thing we have a cow and not a pig.
All right, well, all I have to say is that whatever happened between you and that partition in that field seemed to have a dramatic effect on a lot more than just the lot of you. I don't know what you were playing at or what kind of powers there were that you just messed about with, but there was a
Even we
change
don't
brought
know.
about in the eyes of Lady Adelaide immediately upon taking that vision on. All I can say is I don't trust it, not one bit. But I can't see any reason to stop you from going further. But you give me so much as one reason to. And he takes his weapon out from behind the tree and hurls a mighty 7-foot-tall boomerang that circles around the party, not hitting anybody, and comes back to his hands. I'll sweep you up in one go.
Right then. So, will you be joining us, or will you be trying to follow us along again?
I have other shite to fuck about with. But find your own way. Be safe, I guess.
You too, I guess.
This guy's such a tsundere.
He,
Guys, be safe, Baka.
I guess.
Dusty Bok.
Not that I want you to be.
Damn.
He jumps.
Actually dropped a bunch of branches on Senpai-kun. Oh no.
No.
He begins to jump away. Boomerang straddling his back now.
Straddling?
Strapped to his back? I don't know how you would prefer me say that.
Curious. Like a split second, what I thought you meant was that he like got on that shit like a witch's broom and was flying off. Then I was picturing it spinning while he was holding on.
Oh.
Bitch, he might. Don't tempt me. I'm gonna be honest, I thought about it. But at this point in time, he's just jumping from treetop to treetop.
Like a fucking...
Definitely seems like he's done it before on this route, per se.
Oh, I don't think we got his name. Shit. Mystery guy.
I don't think shit's his name.
Ah, yes, shit. Good old shit.
Good old shit.
Sounds like a good name to me.
I turned around just to see Candy eat shit trying to jump on the couch.
No, don't worry, I'll write that down. Mystery guy, aka shit.
What is this RP chat going on?
I guess we would continue further in, right?
Yes, I will say
people.
you are able to continue further without any incident. I'm trying to load up the map now for the place that you're going.
Oh, should I take my guy and put him on the board over here? Gonna move him out of the way. There you go.
Mystery man Tsundere sussily leaves the battlefield by straddling his boomerang, which undulates through the air. Corkscrew.
Oh my god. Give me 1 second.
Sussy
I'm gonna need my...
Bok.
What the fuck?
Random question, but do we have some of the roasting meat, or have we eaten it all?
No, you definitely harvested the rest of the roasting meat.
So we have food for a while.
Thank you, Alanerated Connection. Hope you have a good day, man. Yeah, you do have enough rations for travel for at least a while, and you probably have enough left over to either trade or, have leftovers, quote unquote, salted
We
roasted
don't need to
meat.
trade it. You know how rich we are?
Yeah, you got a good point there.
Also, my guy
wondering.
does have rations on him too.
Is it? What? What are your tools? Miscellaneous? No. Custom. There it is.
I see a square. Wow.
Let's say it's this.
Oh, hi there, square. Isn't this the puzzle making board?
It's a board. Trying to see if it'll let
The
me
one
do
I
this.
use for making puzzles.
Oh, I forgot to hit
On
the
top of the
import
dice.
button. Alright. Okay.
It's floating. Mittel Creek. I'm guessing we don't know its name yet.
You arrive at the town of Middle Creek. You see a rudimentary sign outside the town. You are entering from... Let me see. Hold on, my game froze. You're entering from this side of town. As you get closer, you notice that it certainly doesn't look like what you expected a town that just belongs in the middle of nowhere to look like. It looks like somebody refortified a settlement after an apocalypse, because that is, for all intents and purposes, what happened here.
That's a lot of farmland out there.
Yeah, well, there's not a whole lot of food coming in and out of the city. It mostly is just produced here and used here.
I imagine there's fishing too with that river.
And I want to say that this is meters, not miles. For sure. So... at Mark H here, which I'm gonna redo some stuff to let you... Actually, you know what? I'll type it in the description.
I'm guessing B is some kind of castle where the lords live.
At H, you see a fuck. What the fuck are they called again?
Garrison.
Stable.
Stable? Ooh, I can get horse.
You see a stable where there are some caravan carts that have been left out. There's a few...
Can you lock the map itself?
Huh? Yeah.
You lock the map so I could just move things around on top of it. Thank you.
You see a stable where there's it's just outside the walls of the city, the walls of which are rudimentary walls. They look like similar to the palisades that were placed around the laboratory, except these are a lot more fortified looking. They're taller, they look more reinforced. They are constructed out of not just wood, but also stone, and even in some places, metal and crystal. There seems to be lamps that are like very large. I want to say like 5 foot in diameter lamps along each of these palisade towers along the wall that you can see. And they burn with a bright purple flame. At the stable, you see a, singular deckhand. I'm too busy thinking of the pirate campaign we're about to do. Stable hand, I think, is specifically what it is. Is that the job title? You also see some very large gates that are manned by at least 2 guards, one on each side. They're in the guard tower, not on the ground, notably.
So we can tell just by looking at it that this is in fact civilized and functional.
You can tell that given the stable hand just seems to be literally doing stables work. Like he's shoveling shit, moving hay around to each of the areas. He's being very tender with the animals, if that sways you towards him being a human being, It doesn't seem like these are ravenous zombies overtaken by the world plague.
Would I, through me being raised as a princess and while not traveling around knowing maybe local royalty and governments, would I know whether this place is democratic? Is it a patriarchy?
You would have no idea. You're more than welcome to ask, As you do approach, the guard seems to be a little bit more on guard. This isn't a settlement that gets new people every day, so they are kind of wary of you, but their weapons aren't at the ready to kill you or anything like that. They're just
Question?
Maybe on edge. Yes.
I have Watcher's Eye, which you said was mostly story flavor. Can I use that now?
What does Watcher's Eye do again?
It was the experience in law enforcement and lawbreakers. I can identify local outposts and criminal activity and all that.
Yeah, I will go ahead and give you with that this seems to be more like a militia. These people, you can tell just by the way that they're standing with their weapons and the way that their armor fits on their bodies that maybe it wasn't, tailor-made specifically for these people. This is more of a garrison situation.
They gave peasants gear, is what I'm hearing.
Maybe not exactly that, but just that this is no Kingdom's police order or Kingdom's royal guard or anything like that. This is definitely more of a
a local watch.
A local watch, yes. Somewhat similar to what you were a part of, maybe.
Perhaps, maybe. So, can I go up and talk to them?
Yeah, give me some dialogue. They say, approach softly, travelers. State your business.
We are here to buy equipment. I'm just gonna start off simple, and if anyone else wants to jump in, they're free to jump in.
They look at you a little bit confused, and they say, you walk up to a settlement in an apocalypse-ridden world, and you say you're here to just buy equipment. Are you planning on heading back out there?
Yes. Certainly.
He looked a bit puzzled. and he kind of whispers over to the other guard something that you can't hear, but looks back at you and says, I'll be straight with you. Most of the people who come here and find their way here are either A, escorted by someone from the Empress Order, or they are very, very, very lucky stragglers who we haven't seen in a long time.
We escorted
given
ourselves. Let's just go with that.
He takes a second and looks you over and says, I suppose you do look pretty capable. Tell me, what have you seen on your travels here? Where do you hail from?
I'm not sure if that part should be obvious for myself, but would that be me gaslighting you as a racist, or how common are Naga outside of my kingdom?
Not super common, but your people are like known of, I think he's gonna, look over and whisper to the other guard and say, yes, I wouldn't want to assume, but I suppose you're from the Southern Territory. Are you coming as an emissary from that civilization? How is your settlement faring?
That's what I came to find out. I've been gone for about 7 weeks through hell and whatnot, and y'all were the closest place I could think of to maybe get some information about seeing what had happened to my pa and whatnot.
Well, see, now that sounds a lot more like it. I can only imagine the hell that you've been through outside of a settlement.
Yeah, my sister and I have had it a little rough. And then I don't know if, because she's still to everyone else, as this just mist being. So I don't know if they look at me fucking weird or not when I say that.
I mean, that's up to everybody else. But the guard is going to actually take a moment to, look very inquisitively at your sister. And he says, and what exactly happened to you in these last 7 weeks, you said?
Oh, well, my friends were fighting limb and limb to try and bring me back for those long weeks, and my sister and I only had each other to get us through it and try and work a way out while they tried valiantly to save me. It took them a while, and there was no other way to help me.
Are you saying did you all fight through the fog to rescue someone? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, it wasn't more so fog as kind of everything and nothing all at one time. For myself, at least.
This is a very unorthodox situation, and give me just a moment. I don't see any reason we won't be able to let you into town. We just need to take some precautions first, and we'll have you right inside. Please just wait outside for a moment. And he leaves the other guard there just for a moment as he steps away.
Can I whisper something to the Naga?
Yeah, you're far enough away that they won't hear your whispers,
I mean, they were whispering too, so I guess it makes sense. Can I tell her that was only 15 minutes? Because she apparently doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, you can definitely break that news.
Do you say that as matter-of-factly as you do? Because we're about to have a character moment here, and you're about to decide where it goes.
Just kind of hesitantly, maybe. It was, not 7 real-world weeks, but only about 15 minutes, I suppose, that you were, in there.
Nah, you're joking.
No,
Like
I'm not.
your hair, his hair was so long it grew a different color.
It's he drew some cards that caused that.
Yeah, cards, but I was in there for 7 weeks. Like y'all were fighting so hard to save me. I think. Like how? Like was there any other way to
I
save?
mean, there was a dragon. Suppose there was that.
A dragon? A what? Uh, like what else happened? I was just in the card. That shouldn't have made 7 weeks go by.
Dos cadenas.
Something about where you were, I suppose. Time worked differently there.
What happened to put me there?
It was all just part of having to get you out of the extra dimensional space.
The
Thankfully, it worked out in the end. Look at you.
what
Back better
all
than
worked
ever.
out? Was there? Can you mute real quick?
Oh, yeah, sorry, thank you.
What do you mean there? There was no other way. There was no other way. You all. There wasn't any way you could have helped me out. Anything else in your possession? You had to succumb me to 7 long, torturous weeks alone? And it was only like 10 minutes for y'all? And you're the ones that did it?
Barrett doesn't know about the card that Tight Knight drew, so yes, that would be the case.
Yeah,
It's
nobody
actually closer to
knows.
15 seconds.
Yeah,
I
the
know there
whole
would've
the
been
whole
no- I was trying
ordeal
to fit.
the whole ordeal of being in the card and then being out of the portal, that was about 15 minutes total. But the astral portal being open to Sarashi exiting the astral portal, that was about 15 seconds.
Heard. I was equating all the time from the beginning of the card to card in portal to portal to out. Because she still felt that 15 minutes as like real time beforehand. And then the 15 seconds. Essentially what she is trying to say here, like, I'm not like trying to metagame it. She is just genuinely concerned and upset that if there had been another way, that y'all didn't do that instead of making her fucking torture for 7 long weeks.
Well,
So she's kind of
as far as
all
I'm
over-
aware, it was the only choice we had.
That's very sad.
I love how well you're playing that, Ira. Well, I suppose I don't blame y'all necessarily, but it just there was a lot going on, and I only had my sister there for me. Y'all were supposed to be there for me, and then 7 weeks and nothing happened for me. Like, that's not a lot of time for y'all, but that's a lot of time for me. And right now, I need to do whatever it takes to make sure if my people are okay and how I can save them. And if that doesn't work, and she kind of walks
I guess
away,
on
as
the
she
bright
did,
side, you know that your people weren't left alone for 7 weeks now.
yeah, like I was. And she like turns around and brandishes her scythe. She's like, even if I can't save them, I'm sure as hell gonna avenge them. So slight closure, but also more.
It's around this time that the guardsman comes back, and you see a Goliath figure. Hold on, actually, let me check the race list again,
Goliath?
make sure.
Like big guy or monstrous?
He's
Yeah,
just a big dude.
you actually see a Goliath, race Goliath. Anybody who's from Taldora will know that that is a race native to Taldora, and anybody who is from Zelbath will know that that is not a type of race that you've ever seen before. But they are a type of giant. They're a little bit smaller than just, your run-of-the-mill huge giant, but they are a large creature. Actually, are Goliaths,
Nah.
they don't count as large,
Take
right?
a step back.
But yeah, he comes to the base of the gate where the guard returns to the top of the tower. And
I have to ask, does this cow come with the roast beef or roast meat on
Yes.
it? Okay.
It does.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
the
already
cow has
combined.
roast meat.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, I see. All right,
Excellent.
Fair enough. I just wanted to move everything closer, was all.
But this Goliath says, welcome to Middle Creek, the last bastion of hope in Zelbath. I don't know how you've made it here, but I'm going to take you to see Adelaide at the Empress Order, and we're going to talk about your place here, or whatever happens next. I assure you, as long as you make sure not to jeopardize the safety of anyone in this city, then we'll make sure not to impose any unsafe situation for you as well. Does that sound agreeable?
Cade,
I-
metagame wise, does this
Sure.
not feel a little bit like what was it called? Newtopia?
Oh my god, it does.
Wait,
Oh god, I'm Marcy.
wait, hold on, wait.
Oh no.
Are we talking about
So you haven't seen it, Kenyon.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
okay.
it.
This is something for me and Cade.
Gotcha. This is one of those fucking
Wait,
Guess I'm
Utopia?
evil and
Wait, the
Owl-
little frogs?
Owl House show.
Amphibia. But
Amphibia, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen that. I see what you mean now.
All right. Well, I haven't seen it, so at least we know that I didn't rip it off.
I think.
whatever you say, Andreas.
Oh god, no.
My name is Dinas, actually.
All
Whatever,
right,
Dwayne.
Dinas, Dwayne. Can you just point me? Now I know this is where my character kind of gets a little wonky. When he was talking about the fog, was that something that we were
Privy to?
privy to beforehand, or is that more like the fog that gave me weird powers fog?
A little bit of that, a little bit of the other. The fog is something that you probably all have heard about by now, either from the scouts or from something that directly happened to you. But there's a dense green fog that is associated with the world plague. If it settles in an area, then that is typically extreme alarm bells that something is happening
can
that you need to
become
get the
green.
fuck out. You experienced it firsthand whenever you had to flee from your village and you saw and heard the sound of combat as your entire settlement fought for their lives, and you had to escape through your literal snake hole to get out.
Then I woke up with echo powers.
That is correct.
Now, in character, would she be able to start trying to put those pieces together about the correlation between like the fog and
I'm gonna say you can maybe have that thought at the moment and be like, oh, huh. But you're not gonna like know anything that's going on. But
oh yeah, well no, not know anything, but make at least the connection. I think at that point she kind of looks at Dinas. Dinas was his name?
Dinas.
All right. Well, you talked about the fog. Is there anyone here who's like studied it or knows anything about it, or?
This is probably the only place where anybody can say yes to that. At least the only place that's left.
The end of my tail kind of perks up a little bit.
The
All right. Well,
Empress
what do I
Order. Have you heard of us?
have I heard of them? Would I
No.
have?
Yeah, this is a very good question, but no. None of you have heard of the Empress Order.
Barrett just shakes his head like no.
That's all well
It's-
and good and all, but do you have an arcanotech facility in this city?
Something rudimentary,
Just
I'm sure.
holding back from insulting it.
Very quaint.
Let me let me take you into Adelaide. And he lifts the gate just with his hands, and his very imposing figure even struggles for a moment, but the
Interesting way
iron
of
gate...
opening the door.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if nobody can lift it, then nobody can get in.
Very big Dumbo
And
vibes.
he does kind of, a military press with the bottom gate, and you see large metal chains hanging off of both of his arms. They're kind of tied around his arms. They're not linked to anything, but he does just kind of have chains wrapped around his arms. Well, come on in.
I guess I hesitantly walk past the very big Goliath person.
He shifts the weight of the gate to one hand, so he's not just standing in the middle of the walkway, and waves his hand through as if he's motioning you in politely. Now deadlifting this door with one hand. Or not deadlifting, military pressing, I suppose, would be the...
It's called a
Okay,
barbell press.
At this point, yeah.
I say as we're kind of going in, I look at Ira. What the fuck is your character's name? You don't have a little label for it. Titanite.
If you just hover over my thing, it has the name on it.
Yeah, it did not give me the name. There's no name for it.
I put it back.
But I look over at Titanite, and I look at him. I go, I was in there for a very long time, and it wasn't a lot of time for y'all. But you seem different. Not as knowledgeable in a fun, safe sense, but in a... Well, Shug, you kind of turned into a little bit of an ass.
Wow, she just called Titanite a stupid ass.
Not stupid. Ass, like douchebag. I mean this in the nicest way, Shug.
Ah, yes. Naga culture, it's widely renowned that Naga culture has douchebags.
Yes.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I lost people skills in 7 weeks.
How else are they going to clean out their snussies?
Oh god, no.
It would be a snow waka, by the way.
I'm not gonna say that on stream.
Pretty sure it's just a cloaca if you're still a snake.
A snow wake. Anyway.
Let's see.
Anyways, yes. Stupid ass and all that. Titanite, what'd you say?
I kind of turn to her and I say, maybe did it ever occur to you that I had to sacrifice my own flesh and blood creation, dearest Archimedes, to sacrifice his life just to get you back? You think that maybe that didn't weigh on me in some kind of way?
Oh.
Oh, Shug.
Isn't that the second of its kind?
No,
Yeah,
Archimedes was the first.
I'll make another one.
Second.
I'm gonna make Archimedes the Toost.
Toost.
Just have to wait till my next long rest.
Oh, trust me. Would I know that he can easily rebuild Archimedes?
I
feel
mean,
like you wouldn't know.
No, probably not. I mean,
So I can't call him on the bluff. Okay, but
you could roll an insight
do
check
like
if you
an
want.
Insight, yeah. My charisma's not necessarily that great.
that do be a 10.
Do you even want to roll deception, Ira? I mean, is that a flat 10, Cade?
It is a flat 10. So
I'm gonna say on a
most
flat
people
10, you
score.
probably don't really tell anything. I mean, that doesn't necessarily even need a roll, right?
Oh, I mean, it's up to you. And Ira, I guess, if he wants to roll a 3 and find out.
All right then.
I mean, more so, like she. Look, Shug, I get that and I appreciate it, but I don't know. I was just asking. I'm sure y'all went through your little bouts of stuff. I mean, that guy's blonde now. I mean, think of the repercussions of that. We're filthy, stinking rich. So, woo, your little bird teacher got destroyed. Eh.
You'd literally buy all the equipment you need for it here, I suppose.
Wait, he
Probably.
can rebuild that thing? Anywho, point being, I was just trying to make sure you were okay. Even though I've gone through my own stuff right now. It's still... I don't want to lose anyone else.
Appreciate your tact and understanding. Or compassion is... Hold on, this is me fucking up not Titanite. Admirable. I apologize if I snapped on you.
I assume you all make your way through the gate.
Oh yeah, I walked through the gate. And I kind of make like a snide comment like, oh, I could just build something to open that for you. Get it easier than having to... What if somebody else needs to open it? It seemed a bit impractical.
Oh no, I don't mind. Besides, it's kind of the point that nobody else can open it. It's a little something I'm trusted with is all. Somebody comes along.
All I'm picturing is just, oh yeah, I open the gate from here time to time.
Yeah, the guy from fucking
Gotta
Marvel.
lift it up. Let Doug come in.
Doug.
The new Doug.
New Doug. Yes. He
Wait.
What?
Hold on.
Alright, guys.
Okay, so if you look at my board, you see a flying Pegasus. What's the chances of me getting one of those?
So are you intending to keep all the money for yourself, or...
Oh, we can all spend it, I believe.
I mean,
I could hardly spend it all on my own.
Might be possible.
Although I will be spending quite a bit for myself.
You're certainly not going to be
You should
finding
know.
any Pegasus in Middle Creek. But,
Well, a magic horse is, the goal. A normal horse is acceptable,
Escape
but,
his natural steed spell and just summon a magical bicorn named Gerald.
Yes, good old Cheryl.
All right.
Did he ever answer me about my question about who knows the most about the fog?
Well, the most experience with it is probably Adelaide herself. But the one who seems to look the most into orders is probably the Master Librarian of the Order, Tiresias.
That sounds like someone that we could finally be able to talk to.
Now, I'm going to take you to Adelaide first, though. It's a brief walk through the city. I'll just point a couple things out as we go. This is going to be mostly residential territory. He, gestures around. You're walking along this path here in the middle. On the left and right is where he's gesturing. You see all sorts of people from all different walks of life, it seems, have gathered here. Again, it really looks like this might be the last bastion of civilization in the area. At least they seem to think that way. There are very few children, but you do see a few running around, and they tend to stick together because, that's what children do. You get to the center of the street here, and I'm going to label C as Central Market Square. There's a bunch of different vendors and stalls, but most of it seems to be not collecting gold necessarily, but collecting different types of ration tickets and things like that have been passed out by the Empress Order. There's definitely a
God, my
quartermaster.
gold is worthless. No.
No, not necessarily, but there's definitely a quartermaster who's handing out things to a few militia. A lot of vendor stations are set up, and people are just bartering, generally bartering. Food mostly seems to come in the form of the vendor tickets, but yes, Tiresias is a prophet from Greek mythology. That is where the name originates from, at least as far as I know it. But what is up, my dude? Obliterated. So yeah, Central Market Square seems to be where most of the commerce happens. He points out in the distance.
Water.
I'm being watered for a moment.
Water.
They're your streamers.
Ah. Yeah, hold your tongue there, Cade. Okay, but as you get to the market square, right around here, he points off in the distance. You see where the river intersects in the middle of town, and he tells you, later on, if you need, I imagine you've been on the road for a while. Over by the river is the water district. You can wash your clothes, and there are bathhouses, and, you can freshen up a bit over there. Oh, hold on. I typed everything in all caps.
Can I just say Baird kind of hadn't really thought of that until then, kind of does that signature sniff self and just...
And,
I'm sorry, what was that sound one more time?
What?
Listen, he's around rats a lot, but there's a certain point where it's...
I imagine you and all the rats just bathing in the lake together. Doing
Rats
like a
are like, we lick
synchronized
ourselves
swimmer.
every day, and you don't lick yourself ever, so you're getting kind of gross.
And as you near closer, there's an elevated hill. All these houses in this area and buildings and such, they tend to rise with the elevation, leading up to the bastion of the Empress Order, is what he proclaims it to be. That's where Adelaide and the rest of the Order base their operations out of. You said you'd never heard of us, which is strange because most people only wind up in this town through interactions with us. But we are mostly made up of warriors and researchers who spend the last of our days trying to fight off whatever it is that's killing off this world. And, well, between you and me, it's not really any secret, so maybe I shouldn't talk like it is. It's a little taboo, but the people of this town know that we're here to protect them by any means. And a lot of us have been exposed to the fog and have been given the opportunity to, let's just say, put some of its side effects to good use. A lot of people like me and Adelaide and, well, a lot of us have been exposed to the fog. But we've been able to come back, and that's what a lot of our research centers around.
Is there anything
Explain
of
more
note?
as to how you did.
Well, to be fair, the first one to ever do it was Adelaide. At least the first one anybody's ever recorded. It's not exactly known how it's done, hence the whole research thing. there's a laboratory where Tiresias works on that particular problem day in and day out. People like me wish he and Adelaide would get a little bit more sleep, but if you ask Adelaide, it has a lot to do with being able to center yourself and meditate. And I'll be honest, I don't know how any of that works. I just know that I was able to come back, and she was there to help me through it. It's kind of a mystery. Anywho, wait outside this gate here, and I'm going to go in, and I'm going to set up an appointment with Adelaide. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to take too long, because she seemed like she was expecting someone, and I'm just now putting together that it might have been you. She's a little strange like that. Sometimes knows the answer to questions you have before you ask them. And he leaves you waiting outside and heads inside to the Empress Order, which looks like it was once a temple. Not a castle necessarily, but they've definitely put up walls and made an encampment outside of it as if it were one, reinforced it. A temple of water, yeah. But he heads inside, and that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Alrighty.
Back inside.
You have reached the Temple of the Empress Order.
Spell Inbus Order.
It is spelled, if you look on the description of this little map of Middle Creek. And I will reorder the letters whenever we reveal them all, probably.
Is it based off of ambrosia?
No, the word ember.
Emberus.
Mm-hmm. Like fire.
Ambrose.
Yeah, leaving off at the best part, the Temple of Fire Water. Fire water? Liquor? Whiskey? Fire water? But Adelaide?
I imagine our drunken what was class would be happy of that.
Ah, yes,
Words,
the
you
drunken
know.
monk.
Yes, the drunken monk.
Yes.
With that, thank you everybody for tuning in. Glad we got to jump in a little more D&D. Alanerated Connection, thanks for popping in, man. Hope you appreciated some of the D&D here. Let me see if we can raid somebody. Hell yeah, dude. Looking forward to that.
And did you ever see my message in the little voice chat thingy?
No, I sure did not. Let me see.
Like in the Gaming and Hanging or what? No, sorry, whatever Discord voice chat we're in.
Taking a look. Checking it twice.
Role playing campaign. The little open chat.
Alrighty. I am gonna go ahead and raid out to somebody else. Yo, Ayo's playing League of fucking Legends? What?
Is he? What? A
I am
sinner.
raiding out to this man now.
Sinner.
Sin.
Man got his computer and now he doesn't know how to act.
I'm saying he's like all over the place today.
Is there an H in his name?
Yeah. AYOHGURT.
AYOHGURT.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We are raiding out, man. Thanks everybody for hopping in. AO deserves this raid because he's playing League of Legends like a brave soldier in 2022, man. Peace out and have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.